Well, I called Microsoft. I own a copy of Windows XP Media Center 2005. Came with my Acer laptop I bought from Tiger Direct. And, well, the Acer laptop basically died after a year. Motherboard total failure. It would cost about $500–600 to buy a new motherboard to replace it. And that's more than most laptops nowadays, so I didn't do that. But since I truthfully own Windows XP Media Center 2005, I want to install it on the custom computer I built myself. And so I installed the software, and it said, okay, let me activate Windows. And I'm like, alright, I have the product key that came with my Acer laptop for Microsoft Windows XP Media Center 2005. I call them up, I try to activate. It says invalid installation ID, change product ID, enter my licensed product key number, and it says invalid product key. So I'm on tech support with Microsoft, and they're telling me, well, your product key is for Acer hardware only. So basically, the car I bought I can't drive. So basically, the house I bought I can't live in. So basically, the guitar I bought I can't play. So basically, the food I bought I can't eat. So basically, Microsoft flicked me off, told me to go screw myself and buy another copy. Yeah, well, you see, I live on a budget. Well, technically I don't, but all the more reason why I don't have money. I can't just go out and buy copies of Windows. Let's say own 5 copies to run one computer. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, own 2 copies to run one computer even. I mean, that's basically what they're asking me to do. I would use Windows 2000. I have a license for that, and it does work on this computer. The only problem is Windows 2000 does not support all hardware, proprietary drivers and such. And, well, it leaves me very limited. So, I really need the, what's it called? Basically, for what I paid for to work. Yeah. So, Microsoft has successfully created my hatred for them so much larger. Because I've hated them since my first job in tech support days, and all those times reinstalling computers and basically helping the sorry people who had to suffer from its utter failures. So, yeah. Leave Windows, boycott Microsoft. The Windows 7 thing I was really looking forward to. I was trying the beta. It ran good for, I had 2 months, and I tried installing like a bootloader from Cronus actually, and I was going to use that so I could boot Linux, boot Windows, different operating systems, and I would be happy with the choice, basically what's that, freedom to choose. And well, after I installed the bootloader, which ended up not working, and it didn't even write on the hard drive where Windows was. Then Windows 7 gave me a blue screen of death. I had to install an old version of Windows in a separate folder on the same hard drive, so I didn't erase the original Windows 7, just so I could run a check disk /F to fix any problems. After that, I was able to use the Windows 7 installation disk to repair boot up. Mind you, I could not do this until after I installed the old Windows to do the check disk, because even the installation disk would go to the blue screen. So after installing the old Windows, check disk /F, insert the Windows 7 CD, do a fixed boot up. It ran good for 24 hours. I went to sleep with the computer on. I woke up, computer's rebooting, blue screen, rebooting, blue screen, rebooting, blue screen. So, yeah, Microsoft, even with Windows 7, has proven themselves the only blue screen of death guaranteed operating system. I think that started in Windows 95, and it's still going. They're still working at it. Yeah. You can tell I'm impressed. So, man, yeah. Switch to Linux. It's there's so many different versions. If you want a really easy, not requiring much intelligence, monkeys can use it. They have such Linux operating systems out there. If you want something a little more technical, they got whatever you want in Linux. You could get complicated, you can get easy. So, yeah, try Linux. Do some research, find what's good for you. My personal favorite is Fedora. You can install or download and burn a live CD, which is free. A live CD will let you put the CD in the computer, and then the computer boots up, and basically it runs right off the CD. So it's like, wow, this is a new computer, new operating system. And it's just, it takes the operating system off the disk, loads it into memory, so you get to try Linux before you install it. If you like it, then you can install it. So yeah, boycott Microsoft, use Linux. Mac's okay. I like Mac since OS 10 because it's actually based on Linux. They say there's no viruses for Mac. They say that about Mac because, they love Mac. But honestly, Mac is it's kind of like a minority because, there aren't not that many Macs compared to Windows-based PCs. And since hackers, Trojan makers, virus makers, basically people who are out to get you, want to get as many people as they can, they go out for the majority, which is Windows XP. So saying Mac does not have viruses, I would say is a huge fallacy because it's simply that they have not been exploited. They are there. There have been people to try to hack into systems and offer rewards if they're capable of doing it. A Mac can be hacked into rather quickly should someone actually try. So, makes you feel good about Mac now. But yeah, Mac's alright. I mean, seriously, I wouldn't mind. I would love actually having a Mac because, they're one of the greatest multimedia systems for mixing sound and video editing and graphic design. And Microsoft comes second there. Microsoft's better for the gaming. And if you're into programming, that would be Linux. Linux is the system for programming, in my humble opinion. Well, that's just my little rant on basically operating systems and mostly me raging against Microsoft. Yeah, I hope they change their ways. Alright? Later, guys.